Am I the a-hole for not helping my girlfriend grab a can of soup, causing the shelf to break and all the cans fall on her? My girlfriend and I, 27 male and 25 female, have been together for about 6 months. She's amazing in so many ways. But we are the same height, 5'9". I couldn't care less about the height thing. I don't think I'm short, and I think she looks great. But she always tries to be shorter than me. She will hunch over, walk around with bended knees, while wearing either a big dress/skirt or coat to cover it up, and always looks to sit down somewhere, rather than walking around. The reason I believe she does this to be shorter is, well, I have a few of them. For one, if I'm sitting down and she's standing, her posture is normal. When I get up, it's like her vertebrae just collapse into each other. When I kiss her, she bends down her knees and gets on her tiptoes, then stretches her neck to kiss me. That has to hurt. Earlier tonight, she was trying to grab a can of soup from my pantry. She's been staying here with me lately. She was acting like she couldn't get it by spreading her legs, hunching over, and then stretching her arms out and hopping. It was on the second highest shelf, but she could easily grab it. After making these cute-as-y noises trying to grab it, I asked her what she was doing. She said, "I can't reach the soup. Could you get it for me?" My hands were full as I was doing the dishes. I told her she could grab it herself. So she jumped some more and accidentally broke the shelf, and all the cans dropped on her. I immediately rushed over to see if she was okay, but she pulled away and locked herself in the bathroom crying. She won't talk to me at all. Edit. I wanted to add something that may or may not be an issue. We get weird stares in public, and I'm starting to think it's not just her wishing she was short, but that I was taller. I once saw Google history of her looking up safe medieval rack stretch and thought nothing of it. But now I'm honestly wondering if she's wanting me to somehow get tall. Maybe it's a fetish, but I'm afraid to ask. I'm 6 feet and mostly it's just kids who comment on how tall I am. Or, the best, kids who go, "Wow, that lady is huge," and you get to watch their parents turn beet red while they try to tell their kid they meant tall. But I do get some comments. And my husband is the same height as me, and I get a lot of "Does he let you wear heels?" It is usually from the more old-fashioned types, and it doesn't bother me, but I know it bothers him. Hey, I'm a lady who is 5'10" barefoot and 6 feet in anything with a heel. I literally used to do all this stuff with my friend group to try and fit in/be perceived as pretty as the cute little shorties everyone wants what they can't have, right? But I had a teacher who, no joke, gave himself a curve in his spine doing that crap, and as a massage therapist I now know how damaging that can be. On behalf of your girlfriend's 80-year-old self, can you start telling her how attractive you find height, and how her posture is so sexy when she stands normal, or whatever, because society is tough on everyone, and we are all holding ourselves to these insane standards. Not the a-hole, of course, but acknowledge that she was also trying to let you feel manly by being shorter or more demure and in need of assistance. I want to be clear, these are all logical fallacies that are totally wrong, but that I know I ended up with. It took seeing someone literally hunched over as a result of these weird ideologies to want to change, and even then it took until I understood the body to practice them. I'm a taller woman, and was also an early bloomer compared to my peers, so I easily towered over all the girls and most of the boys growing up. I was bullied relentlessly for it. My boyfriend is also shorter than me, 5'8" versus 5'5", and I can relate to her being insecure or making myself shorter than him, but maybe to not that degree. A loving and gentle conversation of reassurance will be much more healthy than telling her to grow up. People have insecurities. In contrast, my boyfriend is extremely insecure of his back and his weight, and wouldn't take his shirt off for the first year and a half of our relationship. Not an a-hole. Assuming that this is taking place in the US, the average height for females is about 5'3" to 5'4". Being a 5'9" woman is tall. As a 5'11" gal, I relate to the girlfriend. I had a boyfriend who was less than an inch shorter than me and basically banned me from wearing heels/platforms. And all through elementary/middle school I would slouch a lot. to make myself seem more normal compared to my peers. I was never as extreme as this situation, but it does take time to get over and be okay with. Op is not an a-hole, but neither is the girlfriend. I can sort of see putting on the, again, extreme act in public, but not in the privacy of your home. And you didn't let her drop cans on her head in public, which would made the situation a lot worse. Not an a-hole. You think she is acting weird, and you want her to get over this itch that he has. But maybe you need to get some understanding on why she feels this way. She seems to either be self-conscious, or she has the misunderstanding that you are feeling self-conscious. Obviously she feels dumb for breaking the shelf and hurting herself, especially if she was doing it for dumb reasons. You need to sit her down and have a conversation. Both of you need to work together on this. Not the a-hole. You're the same height, and she didn't actually need help. Even if she really was shorter than you, your hands were full, and she could just have gotten a chair to stand on or something. Your girlfriend might need some help. It sounds like she's insecure about being tall, and having body issues is one thing, but at age 25, constantly playing pretend like this to the point that you actually sabotage your own ability to do daily tasks isn't normal. Maybe, hopefully, she is just crying because she realized how silly what she did was and got embarrassed, and not because she's actually angry at you. Not the a-hole, but need more info. Have you talked to her about this before? About what you've noticed? And I agree with the other commenters that therapy would be a good idea. She sounds like she's dealing with a lot of insecurity that is now damaging to her. I've said little things like, "Are your legs okay?" but it's so obvious what she's doing I didn't want to embarrass her. You probably should have a genuine talk with her. She's crying and hiding from you possibly because she's embarrassed/ashamed. You're right, her crouching is probably hurting her, and now her trying to be shorter caused her to get hurt. It's probably time for a heart-to-heart. Lol, I could not go out with someone doing that. How embarrassing and weird. And I'm also self-conscious about my height as a 5'9" woman as well. I do wish I could be shorter. However, I don't act like that. Very bizarre. Not an a-hole, and you really need to talk to her. I've always been tall and a lot of guys are very weird about it despite how much they complain about women not giving short guys a chance. I've been turned down for dates in really nasty or strange ways due to my height. Most of them weren't afraid to tell me to my face that we couldn't date because we would look weird together. Meanwhile, I just wanted to snoo like any giant Amazon lady and didn't really care about the height difference. Since the average woman is 5'4" in the US, I'm going to guess that she sees her height as the problem and is trying to make herself seem shorter. You know, in case you wake up one morning and decide she is too tall and you'd rather be with a short normal lady or something equally insecure. I'm going against the grain and say no one's an a-hole. People have insecurities. I'm also a taller woman and taller than my, so I was an early bloomer compared to my peers, so I easily towered over all the girls and 90% of the boys since 4th grade. I was bullied pretty relentlessly for it and used to have some of the same habits as your girlfriend. My so sat me down and we had an honest, loving, and compassionate conversation on why I felt the need to do certain things and what we can do together. It has made me more confident and I feel more empowered. If he told me to just straight up stop and grow up, I'd be pretty damn resentful. This is not to say my insecurities are his responsibility, but why not be kind to someone you're in a relationship with? Telling her to grow up and being unkind with her about it is going to bring you farther apart. On the flip side, my so used to be extremely insecure about his acne and his weight. He refused to take his shirt off the first 1.5 years of our relationship. Growing up, he was bullied in locker rooms, made fun of by his past girlfriends, and his siblings would call his body/back gross. Telling him to grow up and be a man, to take off his shirt wouldn't have solved anything. Now he is more confident and comfortable in his body. It took lots of love and reassurance, but it's worth it seeing him feel so confident and happy to just swim at the beach without a shirt on. Hi, I'm a girl whose boyfriend is the same height or a bit shorter than her. I can tell you that, while he has pretty much the same attitude as you, I've always disliked it and wished he was taller / I was shorter. Occasionally I'll call him shorty or ask if he can be a bit taller, and he'll make his back and neck crack and stand up a bit straighter, and we'll laugh about it. It's kind of an inside joke at this point. But I know people look at us weird, especially since there are some other odd things about us as a couple, and I don't like it at all. And it does just feel nicer to have a BF a solid 3 inches taller than you. But I'm aware that this is all superficial, and I'm my height and he's his height, and it is as it is. Your girlfriend is taking it too far and obviously really struggles with this. You need to have a serious talk with her about the issue before she hurts herself worse. Ultimately, if she just can't deal with you being the same height as her, you should probably break up. I'm managing, so I know it's not impossible. Oh, and not the a-hole, obviously. Thanks for watching. Please make sure to like and subscribe for more videos. See y'all later.